in the world. Make some fucking noise. Come on. Brian Redband is here. We just flew back in from New York City today. The great Ryan J. Ebelt is here, everybody. Look at that. Trying tonight's episode. I just got my new 5-year anniversary Kill Tony poster frame. I'm excited about life. We're back from New York City, had an amazing weekend at Skank Fest, had an amazing Kill Tony, and I'm excited about life. I'm excited to be here with the newly injured Brian Redband. Hurt his knee over the weekend while I sang System of a Down Toxicity. Brian thought maybe he could get a good video clip by going in the near the second row of a System of a Down song. And getting some video footage. Who can guess what happened next? He got knocked over by a human being.
Yeah, he stage dived and landed right on my kneecap.
Only Redband didn't see that coming. So he has a busted knee. So make some noise for Redband here. Somehow, even with a knee injury, he's able to put it all together to sit behind a couple monitors and hit buttons.
Yeah.
And
by the way, going through the airport in a wheelchair is the best move, by the way. That is great.
No, yeah, I know. I hitched a ride right alongside of you. It was fun.
Boosh stuff.
Anyway, we did a Kill Tony in New York yesterday, and we're doing one every single Monday here at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles, indefinitely forever. And also next Wednesday in Montreal, July 25th, at the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival at the Place del Arts. And then August 1st in Cleveland, Ohio, we do stand-up, all the Kill Tony people on the 2nd in Cleveland at Hilarities. Oh, you want to do a breaking news? I don't even think I got to tell you about this one. They filled in that date in between Cleveland and Fort Wayne. A lot of people are wondering who's gonna get it. On the 3rd of August, it will be, for the first time ever, Cincinnati, Ohio, getting their first ever Kill Tony, followed by a stand-up comedy show. And then we do Kill Tony the next day in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And then the next week we do stand-up in Lexington, Kentucky. And then we travel to Nashville the next day, August 12th, Nashville, Tennessee, which is looking to be a fully loaded, stocked Kill Tony show. I think we're going to sort of overcompensate for having to reschedule that date. A lot of rumors of some exciting stuff happening there. And then then in September, we do Lansing, Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan with Danny Brown. And then the next week, Toronto, Canada gets its second ever live Kill Tony, another theater there in Toronto. So for you people listening around the world, why don't you come see the show live since you've been getting it for free forever? Spend 20 fucking of your hard-earned dollars. Stop being a cheap ass and come see a live show. Pretty exciting, right? You guys are here live, in the home of it all. Your guys' seats suck. I would move if I was you. You're all the way over there. You're going to be hidden by the band in a second. You're not going to be able to see anything. You're not supposed to be seated there. It takes 4 door guys to not do this job correctly. It's incredible how terrible they are. You know, I was a door, not a lot of people know this, but I was a door guy here for 4 years, and I had an extremely high attention to detail every night while working here, and that spread into all the jobs that I've gotten since then. All the continuous work in the Writers Guild, stand-up, the live podcast, everything is an extension of my natural work ethic.
Wow, move that girl to the front.
There you go. Make some noise for Rich Slayton, everybody. He did it. He knows how to take a hint. Look at that. Killing it. Rich does his live podcast here once a month. It's, what is it? Crime, everybody. Him and the great John Tomaszewski. I'm a big fan of their work. And I've actually...
He does a good job.
Yeah, he does a good job. That's why I just gave his podcast a shout out. That's like my I love you.
Yeah.
You know, and it's important to hire good people.
Yeah.
The Comedy Store has a real knack for doing that. Some other great people that have worked here, David Letterman, Jim Carrey worked here for 6 years. Almost nobody knows that as a door guy. Hiring is a challenging thing, but there's one place you can go where hiring is simple, fast, and smart. A place where growing businesses connect to qualified candidates. That place is ZipRecruiter.com/KillTony.
With their powerful matching technology, ZipRecruiter scans thousands of resumes to find people with the right experience and invites them to apply to your job. As applications come in, ZipRecruiter analyzes each one and spotlights the top candidates so you never miss a great match. ZipRecruiter is so effective that 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within just 1 day. That's 24 hours.
Within the first day, wow. With results like that, it's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the highest rated hiring site in America. And right now, our listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/Kiltony. That's ZipRecruiter.com/KILLTONY. ZipRecruiter.com/Kiltony. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Yeah.
You guys ready to start this show or what? Every single week, I give you two of the greatest comedians in the world. This week is absolutely no different. We have a first-time guest and the return of one of our favorite guests on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the great Moshe Kasher and Tom Rhodes. Here we are. Tom motherfucking Rhodes. Moshe Kasher is in the house. Welcome, gentlemen.
How you doing?
Hey, Tony.
Great. Good to have you guys here. I'm excited about this. Tom, this is your first time on the show.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Welcome, welcome. I'm pumped about this. Tom is one of my favorite comedians, a great guy to watch here at the Comedy Store, monster. Moshe, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here. Tony, thank you for having me.
How's dad life? How is it going?
It's good. It's good. We got a little ass baby. Yeah.
You have a lot of new dad material?
Oh yeah, man. Things are wacky at the house. I gotta tell you, things change when you have kids.
Yes, they do. And speaking of a bunch of children, we have a band on this show, and they are very wacky themselves. Every single week, they commit to being different characters. You never know what they're going to be. Maybe they're police officers one week, maybe mechanics. One week they were Joe Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe and Brian Redfan. You never know what's going to happen. They're the best damn band in the land. It's the Kill Tony Band. Jeremiah Watkins, Joel Jimenez, and Chroma Chris. What is it going to be tonight? Oh, wow. Oh my God. Definitely doctors. No doubt about this one. All right. Let's go with that. I don't know what Rihanna has to do with them being doctors.
SOS, please, someone help me, Tony.
Wow. This is not how I was expecting Michael Richards' return to the stage to go. But welcome.
Joke needs some work.
Oh. Man, that one stung. We got Chroma Chris over there as some type of dental assistant, and clearly back here we have some type of Mexican Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
Are you a nurse?
Yes?
I don't know.
Welcome
No,
back
I'm a
to
Mexican Emo Phillips.
Welcome back to Gay's Anatomy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not proud of that joke, but it's the only thing that was rippling through my brain.
That's a good
that
one.
had to come out.
We're pretty much dialed in at this point. Doctor, you ready for this?
I'm actually a nurse, so it's not a big deal, but I will be a doctor soon.
Oh, okay. So you're all nurses. All right.
Wait, that's how it works? You go to nursing school and then you become a doctor afterwards?
Yeah, Mr. Kesher, yeah. Oh, you know my work. Unfortunately.
Well, this isn't even the show. I feel like I could hang out with these nurses and two comedians all day, but I have a bucket filled with comedians' names here. They signed up for the hour before the show. If I pull your name out of the bucket, you get 60 seconds of stage time, and then you get interviewed and talked to by me and my amazing guests and the band. You get 60 seconds, though, at first. You know your 60 seconds is up when you hear the sound of a kitty. That means wrap it up then, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. Furious tonight. I don't think he likes it when we do shows on the road. You guys ready to start this thing or what? It's Kill Tony live at the Comedy Store. Seems like a pretty mellow crowd. Seems like everybody had a hard day at the office today, huh? Yeah. Everybody actually answered that. Very good. Proving I'm right. All right. I'm excited about this. This looks like a new name. Put your hands together for your first comedian. He goes by the name of Rafael Di Camargo. Here he comes. Here comes Rafael, everyone. Clap one more time for Rafael, everyone.
So when I was born, my mom was uncomfortable with the doctors touching me, so I wasn't circumcised. And then I moved to the United States from Brazil, and I went to see my doctor. He's like, probably be a good idea. So my mom had a change of heart, and I was circumcised at the age of 8 years old. Yeah, it was a real hoot. It was a good time. As I'm being wheeled into surgery, the nurse wanted to be comforting with me, so she threw an object into the stretcher with me. She threw a Furby next to me. Remember those pre-Gremlin 90s dolls that go, ha ha ha, and gyrate and shit? Well, I'm being black, like right before I black out, the last thing I see is ha ha ha. And I wake up, my whole family has flown out to see me, and every 45 minutes when the doctor would come up and like check on my dick, my grandma would be like, "E parece que a tortuga saiu, hein?" Which in Portuguese, that means the turtle has left its shell.
Look at me before your time's up and assume that I'm going to save you. You can do that if you want, Rafael.
That's a good closer, though. He's got to come on the road with you if you ever want to do that at the end of the set, though.
Yeah, that was incredible. I have no idea what you talked about. Do you remember your circumcision? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 8.
You were 8 years old.
I thought you could say, but because I'm Brazilian, they took everything off down there. Something like that. A little Brazilian. All right, thank you. No laughter, but a couple of applause. That's what you want. And then at the end, you look at Tony. That's comedy, baby. Welcome to the big time.
Thank you.
Why didn't you focus on the pain of the being circumcised at 8 years old? I think pain is funny, and we love.
Yeah, it was brutal. But every time I've talked about it on stage, it's just not going over well. Like the painful aspects.
But it's a true story. You got.
It's a true story, yeah.
I'm actually the nurse that did it. It's nice to see you.
Do they do everybody that late? Is that a Brazilian thing?
No, like my mom just told me she was uncomfortable with it when I was born. So when I went to the doctor when I was 8, she was like, I felt better about it, so we had it done.
How much time was your mom spending with your dick at 8 years old? She was uncomfortable with it.
No, when I was born, when I was a baby, like when I was first born.
She didn't want you to have it done.
She didn't want them to touch me at all.
No, he got it. He just wanted to do the bit about your mom touching your dick. He was like, no, I don't think you understand, Tom.
They're Brazilian.
Yeah, Brazilian person.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
7 months.
7 months. Wow, that's about the age in which most people get their dicks circumcised.
So were you awake when it was happening? Were they like shaving it off like Look at the Child? Or like...
I love that place. No, they put me under.
So did you save the foreskin?
No. Oh, I don't know if that was an option. Could I have done that?
Yeah.
Really?
No, if you had, you would have
I feel gypped now.
Nurse Jeremiah Watkins.
Yeah, so you're in the 3rd trimester of stand-up. You're going to want to do a lot more open mics. You're going to want to rinse and you're going to want to keep doing that until, it heals.
Until the punchline comes out.
Wait, did you say that every time you talk about your circumcision, it doesn't go over well?
No, when I talk about how painful it was,
Oh,
and
I
like
got it,
that
got
part
it,
of the
got it,
process,
got
it
it.
usually. So I try to keep it a little bit silly so people.
But you
will
said
go
they
along
threw
with
you a Furby. So was that just to distract you, or were you
Yeah.
crying?
it. They were like, they threw the Furby, and then they were like, count backwards from 10, and I was just looking right in its eyes, and I was like 10, 9, 8, and I passed out. It freaked me out. It was scary.
Oh, when they gave you the anesthetic, that's what happened.
Yeah.
I see. It would have been cool if you'd been awake and staring into Furby's eyes as your dick got cut. And then the Furby's like, this is Judaism or whatever. Something like that.
How old were you when you moved to America?
I was 4 years old.
You were 4, so you had your circumcision here.
Foreskin and 7 years ago.
So you were here in America when this actually happened?
Yeah.
Right, so, okay. And where did your parents move to when you were 4?
We moved to Waco, Texas.
Classic
Perfect.
Brazilian.
Just like Brazil.
Yeah, Brazilian hotspot of Waco. They got a good salsa scene down there in Waco?
No, I think we were the only Brazilians in that town.
How long have you been in Los Angeles?
I live in Orange County, but I've been out here since 2008.
2008. What do you do for work?
I work as a server at a comedy club in Huntington Beach called The Rec Room.
Ah, how long have you been doing that for?
3 months now.
3 months now. Look at that. What comedy club?
The Rec Room?
Oh, it's called the Rec Room.
It's like we can't even listen to you while we're talking to you.
Tony, we're gonna have to check your ears.
This whole interview has been like, so, have you ever been circumcised at all? Or, did you move from another country? Where are you from again?
Anyway, Raphael, what do you do when you're not doing stand-up?
I mostly drink.
What's your drink of choice?
Maker's Mark? Neat.
Damn.
Usually a double.
How many times a week are you doing this?
Every night.
Wow. Seems like you're just getting by on the skin of your dick. Doesn't really make sense. Sounds like it does, but it doesn't. Alright, so...
Tony, it checks out.
Really? Wow, I don't know. I can't figure this room out tonight so far. What's the craziest thing you've ever done while getting drunk on Maker's Mark? For those of you that aren't heavy drinkers, I can tell you that Maker's Mark is one of the types of liquor that tends to get people more fired up than others. Like it's like an angrier Jack Daniels.
I don't think I do anything crazy. I just get really giggly and then pass out.
All right, wow, you're a fucking amazing interview.
This audience was pronounced dead at 8:30
Wow, well, Raphael, that's interesting. Anything else super Brazilian about you? Anything that you think is in your genetics that is booty?
My name is Rafael Guagliardi Carvalho de Camargo.
Jesus Christ.
That's longer than the piece of foreskin they cut off.
All right, Raphael, well...
Are you into soccer and all that, like all Brazilians?
Only when the World Cup comes around.
All right, you know what? Quit comedy, man. You're out. No, you're a good person.
Yeah, you're a good person. I love that you did a minute in which you admitted afterwards in the interview portion it really never works. You never really, it really didn't tonight. But the turtle shell thing, you know, it's adorable.
Oh, thank you.
If you say cute words that sound funny at the right time, it works. I mean, there's people I know that have full-blown, you know, careers off shit like that, so. Anyway, maybe you'll get better at it too.
Thank you for the advice.
Indeed. I could see you, you know, working at a lot of comedy clubs as a server one day. So, congratulations to you. There he goes. His first time on Kill Tony, Raphael D. Camargo. Sometimes you gotta show people some tough love. You know, he's 7 months in. We're trying to strengthen him. Sometimes you gotta break some bones so that they grow back stronger. Everybody's just looking at me like I'm mean right now. Okay, very good. Guess I'm just mean to the first guy. All right, I pulled another name out of the bucket. Put your hands together for Keaton McCallone. Keaton McCallone. Keaton, if your first name is Keaton and you have bad handwriting, then I just pulled you out of the bucket.
Blacklisted.
Sometimes when they have bad handwriting and I don't say their name right, they just decide to not come up at all. Keaton McCallone. Put your hands together for Mike Brocky. Mike Brocky, here he comes. Movement. He's running. I like a guy that's here. You know, he's on a mission. He's got a steady jog. Mike Brocky, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, just gonna talk about a couple of things I hate. I hate public displays of affection. Makes you really uncomfortable, all right? I had this couple, they were making out right next to me like I wasn't even there, all right? Really made me angry, so I did my secret weapon. You guys can do this too. I pretended to be really, really into it, all right? Yeah. I just looked at them while they were making out, I'm like, you guys look so sexy. I love to watch, that's my thing, all right? They stopped immediately, folks. It was great. It works. Just pretend to like it. That's how I got my dad to stop spanking me, all right? It works. Yeah. Because you can punish a kid by smacking him, but if he yells harder, you're going to stop, all right? You're definitely going to stop. Me and my dad don't talk anymore, but that's all right. Okay.
Fuck yeah, Mike Brocky. There we go. Mike, you've been on the show before, right?
Yes, I did the belly room one time.
Yeah, and this went better than last time. Am I correct?
No, I crushed it that time.
Wow! Look at you! Wow! What a fucking ego on this guy.
Tony, this guy's confidence is off the charts.
Fuck yeah!
It's
You
nice
are.
progression, Mike. I like the, you could keep going with that, with things that just acting like you're into it. Like your dad spanking you and you like moaning and licking your lips.
Yeah, you bite your bottom lip.
Yeah, I also thought of a little tag for you if you want it. You and your dad don't talk anymore. We fuck.
Or we sex.
Or we fuck. I mean,
Okay, yeah, that means
don't punch up. Don't punch up that which has already been punched up. You got a huge pop in the room. As a man that has undeserved confidence, much like you, I would say go with that. No, but it was funny. That Carter line. That's about as funny an image as I have. I mean, that was very funny to me. Just a little boy going, "Harder, father!" I really like that.
What's your dad like? You for those of you listening to the podcast, Mike has like a hipster lumberjack sort of build to him. You have a tough dad?
No, he's a tiny little Polish guy. I'm actually going to see him in a few weeks. He lives in the Philippines.
Ah, Polish guy in the Philippines.
Yeah, I think he fled America because he was in debt. I'm
Oh,
not
a lot
sure.
of my coworkers are from there, actually.
What does he do for work?
I think he just retired.
How do you think he got in so much debt that he would flee to the Philippines?
Well, we were never in good shape financially growing up. I was actually homeless for a little bit.
Oh, really? Well, how many? Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got one brother and then two. My dad had another family, 2 half brothers and a half sister.
Right. So, was the other family homeless too?
No, he left.
Lap of luxury, Tony.
Yeah.
Was the other family Filipino?
No.
Okay, I just thought he moved with them. All right.
As for the Clippers.
I was in the Philippines a few months ago, so is your father a pedophile or is he into midget boxing?
Why can't it be both, Tom? Why can't it be both?
What was it like when you guys were homeless? What was that? Were you guys literally on the streets or?
It was kind of cool. It was like camping. I was in 2nd grade.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
So, were you on the streets? Like,
But no, we were in a campground.
you were really in a
Yeah,
campground?
like a tent.
A tent.
Yeah.
For how long?
6 months.
Wow.
And what was your diet like during that time?
Probably better than now.
Wait, where was the campground?
It was Fish Lake Campground in Illinois. Vernon, no, not. Yeah, maybe Vernon Hills.
Sounds super
It's a
lovely.
great place if you guys.
Ever want your lives to fall apart at age 4? It's
Well,
the
if you
sweet
become
spot.
famous, they might put a historical marker on the spot where you guys camp.
Oh, maybe.
It's true.
I didn't
Fish
even think
Lake.
about becoming famous.
Mike Brocky, the guy that kills 60 seconds at a time, once was homeless here. Mike, how long have you been in Los Angeles?
6 months. I think I'm gonna leave, but
Why?
oh, you know.
It's the second trimester, you can't leave.
Why are you thinking about leaving?
Just you know.
No, we don't know. Stop saying that.
Everybody's fake and full of shit.
This is like probably the biggest audience I've had since I've been here.
Uh-huh.
How long
Well, you're
you-
6
And it's
months
great.
in.
It was great.
You're leaving town because the crowds aren't big enough?
Yeah, what did you think was going to happen in 6 months?
Oh,
Arenas?
it's just tough. I don't know if Hollywood's looking for a guy like me. You know?
No, they're not, but that's not the point.
It takes everyone a while to get used to it. It took me like 3 years to like live in here. You don't get it in like 6 months.
No, I think you're doing a good thing. This is the 3rd time I've lived here. Twice I left this Los Angeles going, fuck this town. I hate everybody here.
And look.
And now I came
yeah.
back and now I enjoy it. So maybe it's just you coming back later in life. You might enjoy it.
How long have you been doing comedy? I missed that.
5 years.
And are you thinking about quitting comedy? Or
No.
Okay, where
I was gonna quit, then I decided I'm not gonna quit.
Well,
I'm
if
just
you are,
gonna-
can I have that harder joke? I really do.
Where are you thinking about going with your comedy career where you're going to get bigger crowds?
Oh, I was thinking like going to Berlin or something. Like,
Oh,
go to
yeah.
Europe.
Oh, they love English-speaking stand-up in Berlin.
Yeah.
There'll be one youth hostel on every second Thursday of the month that they're gonna like what we do.
Hell yeah. I heard they like camps in Berlin too.
And also, incest and spanking. It's gonna be a great place for you.
You know, what happens if you get there and you hit a wall, you know?
Why Berlin?
Oh, you're You love it. It's a great place. It's called Fish Lake. Just get on the train.
Why Berlin? It's cool. Germany's cool. You can like buy a beer at a grocery store and just drink it on the street.
Oh, you're an alcoholic.
That's the reason.
Oh my God, Mike.
Yeah, the list goes on and on.
You can do that in Vegas.
There
This
you
is
go.
like a sad poem, though. It's like beautiful. Like you moved to LA, but I never perform in front of big crowds, so I'm going to move to Berlin. Why? Because I can drink a beer on the sidewalk. Oh, and I was homeless.
Mike, what do you do for a living?
I work at a bar.
You work at a bar.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
Since I moved here, 6 months.
And are you making decent money?
Nah.
What's your living situation?
I live in a room in a house. It's not bad.
You live in a room in a house.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
It's like a
that's,
traditional situation.
yeah, that seems like part of a fucking answer. How many other people live in the house, Mike?
I talked about it last time, but a Filipino lady actually, which is weird. Mommy! And I live with another comic and then some other random Craigslist person.
All right.
What would you do for money in Berlin?
Just English stuff and
English stuff? What the fuck? What do you think is going on there?
Yeah, like, arbitrage and crumpets and like God Saving the Queen, things like that.
like teaching or like translating, stuff like
You
that.
have any experience in that, or you just?
None.
Wait, are you, is that real though? Is there a real opportunity for you to make money there? Have you done any research?
I've got
Okay.
friends there. And
There's a good little comedy scene in Berlin.
Yeah, you can do
Right?
English
There's a lot
comedy.
of little rooms, but I don't know if you could make money off of it. But teaching English is definitely.
You can, Tom. You can, Moshe. You cannot, Mike Brocky. You cannot make money in Berlin doing stand-up. But you can drink a beer on the street. Fucking mind-blowing. Totally worth the trip.
I mean, Berlin is a pretty fucking awesome city. I will give you that. It's a good place. It's cool.
Yeah, the car dealerships have bars in it.
It's
Really?
it's pretty cool.
Mercedes and BMW in Berlin, you go in there and there's like a bar, and you could order a glass of wine or a beer and like just sit among these brand new cars and dream about the future.
You hear that?
And the supermarkets,
Yeah.
wait till you see the fucking sausage aisles there. They got that. Oh my God, they love sausages.
They have bars in their car dealerships. You could work at a bar in a car dealership in Berlin.
Yep. I'm leaving LA. I'm sold.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
Mike, what's the best thing that's
The
happened to
biggest
you
thing
in Mike? What's the best thing that's happened to you in 6 months here in Los Angeles?
Ooh, I got laid once. That was cool.
Well, how'd that happen?
It's so fun, right?
Yeah, it's
The end part is fucking awesome.
Mike, how did that happen?
Oh, that's it.
Dad came back from the Philippines.
You were on Tinder, and that's how it happened. You guys flirted back and forth. Or
Yeah, I
something
did a
like
little
that?
Tinder
Is she a
thing.
bigger girl?
No.
Just curious. Just figured I'd ask. Hey, why not ask that every once in a while? This is a podcast. It's not like I have restrictions or sponsors. You think ZipRecruiter's gonna be mad? Huh? They're not. They're not. I just said ZipRecruiter again. That totally makes up for everything. So she was a skinny girl?
Yeah, she's in shape.
Yeah. So what was
What
that?
shape?
What was that meetup like?
I went to a tiki bar thing or whatever, and it kind of smelled like puke on the inside, but that was cool. I like dive bars. It's all right.
Of
And,
her or of the bar?
the bar did.
Okay.
She was fine.
Yeah.
It was a fine experience.
It was fine. How long did you last?
One good question, Tommy. Thank you.
I didn't time it, but I think a normal amount of time.
Condom, no condom?
Raw dogged it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Watch out, Berlin!
Yeah. In the Philippines, they actually eat raw dogs. So.
Mike, I don't know what you're thinking, dude. If your other stand-up is as funny as the couple minutes that you've done on this show, then maybe the part that you're missing, you work nights at that bar, a lot of nights, 5 nights a week.
2 nights a week.
2 nights a week. Well, if you worked maybe 3 nights a week, you'd have more money. And if you spent those other 4 nights, hanging out, meeting people, being funny, making friends, are you making friends in the 6 months that you're here?
I have made some good friends.
Well, there you go. I would say keep doing that, dude. I wouldn't run to Berlin this fast. 6 months is pretty quick. There he goes, Mike Brocky. He doesn't use Twitter. It says it right on the line where people put their Twitter handle. help his career take off in Berlin, Germany. All right, I pulled another name out. You guys having fun? You get the show yet? Anything can happen. Sometimes it's somebody's first time on stage. Sometimes it's a genius. Who knows? Your next comedian goes by the name of Jacob Charmack. Jacob Charmack? Wow, the farthest corner. It seems like all of these are always in the farthest part of the comedy store. One more time for Jacob Charmack, everybody.
How's everyone doing tonight? Good. I just drove here from Maryland, cross country. One thing I realized is driving cross country takes longer than running cross country. I don't know if you guys know that. I never found out. Think about it. Yeah. They're thinking about it. So I'm very poor now. I have like no money, and all I have in my freezer are Totino's pizza rolls. And I'm really like flimsy. I need to get some bulk. So I'm just eating that like edamame. Just the meat inside, the filling. I don't need the crust. I've been walking around my apartment, I saw a carpet, and I realized like my feet are cracking. Like that's not healthy. My feet are cracking.
Holy fucking shit. Yeah, finish, Jacob, finish. Stop. Let him finish. Your feet are cracking.
My floor's carpet, and all I can think about is, I have, my feet are cracking. I have like hardwood that's like splitting in half all the time. That's what I think. That didn't work.
Dude, hardwood, hold on. Let me just try to understand this for a second. Just give me a chance at understanding.
Tony, before you're too rough with him, he does have an extra chromosome. So.
He did call me special last week, so there's that.
Jacob, over here. Don't try to be funny now. Focus. What do you mean your hardwood is cracked?
I have carpet, and my feet cracked, so I think like I have hardwood. I imagine that I have hardwood that splits in half.
You know what I love about you?
That was the original joke, and I
You are a master observational comedian of things that no human being has ever observed, ever. Nothing you said was relatable in the slightest. Or even comprehensible. That was amazing.
What was the first joke you told us to think about none of us could think about?
But the driving is quicker than walking or running?
Driving cross country is longer than running cross country.
Why?
A lot of people, you know what, Jacob? These guys are trying to be rough on you. Let me tell you something, Jacob. Let me tell you something right now. Everybody's being mean to you, but I will tell you this. What an original voice you have. So many people come here looking for the ha-ha. You know what I mean? They want to make these people laugh. You literally generated what the fucks over and over again. Truly, you could be the what the fuck comedian. You can just say shit that doesn't make any fucking sense.
You're on the wrong podcast, dude. You should be on What the Fuck right now. Yeah.
But unfortunately for you, Mark doesn't just pull names out of a bucket to be guests on the show.
He has standards.
But when he does, you might have a chance, Jacob.
Wait, Tony, I really want to know. Can you explain the logic of the? Because I don't understand it.
The first joke.
I'll tell you another thing I liked about you. You set up an impossible to understand Zen koan at the beginning of your set that ensured that even if the rest of your set was funny, it wasn't. But even if nobody could have paid attention because I was thinking about that first riddle the whole time.
What did you mean?
Okay, I was trying to do meta comedy and shit. All right, so I have to explain this. Running cross country is a lot longer and it's a lot shorter than driving cross country because running cross country is like the after-school sports.
Oh, if you drove during the track.
Well, it's supposed to be like that.
If you got in your car and drove during the track.
It didn't work.
No, it
Please stop. Don't do it.
We know it didn't work. That's not what we're asking. We're not asking you again if it worked.
I I tried to explain it. I can't explain it.
We're just trying to figure out what you thought was funny about it.
It was funny to me, so I tried in front of an
But what
audience.
about it was funny to you? Try it one more time. Because you said it differently that time than you did the first time, by the way.
Okay,
You said, did you know that running cross country is
Driving.
is what?
Driving across
Driving cross country is
So
longer.
I drove out from Maryland cross country, and I realized that driving cross country takes a lot longer than running cross country.
But the
Pun.
yeah, but the part where you say you drove cross country from Maryland, immediately there's no way I'm thinking track and
understand.
field.
I
I'm
get that
thinking,
now. You're
but
right.
also the joke makes no sense no matter what happened. But I loved it. I mean, I did love your set. I just don't understand what happened during it.
How old are you, Jacob?
I'm 21.
Have you been on this show
I
before?
was here last week.
You got pulled out last week. Look at you, you lucky fuck.
Yeah, I know. I'm fucking lucky.
Wow. Are you always lucky? Do you have good luck?
I have no fucking luck.
Wow.
I have. They call it the Charmat's curse.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Your family has bad luck?
We had very bad luck. None of us are dead. There's barely any of us living.
It's true, because most people that get pulled out of the bucket that would in multiple weeks in a row, that'd be considered good luck. But when you're opening with a cross-country driving joke, that is truly bad luck.
Yeah.
The Charmax curse. Is there anything else in your family's history that's famous for their bad luck? Like anything that ever happened to your parents or anything? Anything like that? The Charmax curse. I just love that.
It's just we go to restaurants and we like always get bad service.
Half my family's dead, the other half, it takes a long time to get the mozzarella sticks.
It's really fucking bad. And my dad's a chef, so like he like.
Nurse Jeremiah.
Yeah, I'm gonna diagnose this patient with white people problems.
The Charmax curse.
Wait, what's your name again? What's your name? It's some what?
Jacob.
Jacob. Did you run track?
No.
Oh, because the other thing about you got a tight little butt, actually.
I got a tight
You
ass.
got a nice little ass,
It's
a thick
nice.
little ass. He doesn't have white people problems in that back door. That's
Jeremiah likes
beautiful.
to try to diagnose it right now. I don't know what he's thinking.
Hey, look at that little thing. That's beautiful.
That is
I'm gonna let
one.
my wife fuck you. That's awesome.
He definitely doesn't have a problem in his jeans, that's for sure.
All right, Jacob. Well, I mean, that's interesting. How long you staying in LA for?
It's been 2 weeks.
You moved here?
I drove here, Tony.
Well, I understand that you drove here. I'm wondering when you're driving back, Jacob. That's the question. You moved here to stay, though?
Yes.
And you're 21. You just came for it, guns a-blazing.
Guns a-blazing. I'm out of college,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. How are you surviving out here?
I work,
What do you do?
retail, I'm a supervisor.
You're a supervisor.
You're somebody when you became supervisor?
I'm a supervisor and I'm way over my head. I'm so over my head. They're all foreign, so like I can't communicate with any of them. And
Just tell them if you want to connect
Trump's
with your.
America, the white guy's in charge.
exactly.
If you
I have
wanna-
no college experience and they put me in charge. It's crazy.
What are you
from America?
supervising?
Maryland. I'm basically right outside of Baltimore, Timonium area.
What are you
West of
supervising? What's the
civilization.
job that you do, Jacob? What are you supervising?
Oh, it's the receiving area. So like.
Why did you?
Oh, you got a
laugh?
nice receiving area right there, boy. I tell you what.
Wow.
I don't know what I just did there.
And the foreign employees that work underneath you,
Watch your
Yes.
mouth.
they don't communicate with you well? You're having trouble getting them to listen to you? The 21-year-old with the baby face? Have you ever tried to relate to your foreign employees by talking about how you also get bad service at restaurants?
I do, and they don't like that. They can't understand because they don't have money either.
You should tell them about the hardwood floor foot thing. They'll be like, I get this guy. Relatable.
Yeah, I know. I was testing material and it didn't work.
What did
I
you,
like this. I mean,
Well, thank you.
what did you study in college?
What did I study?
Yeah.
Computer science.
he looked at the crowd. Computer science, baby.
I fucking blew.
You know what I'm saying, folks.
Well, Jacob, let me tell you something that's great about this situation. You're 21. You're already, getting pulled out of the bucket every fucking week on a show like this.
I love this
There's guys that are doing 20 times better than you that are about to run for their lives to Berlin, Germany.
He was great.
So there's always new spots opening up. Stick with it. Keep taking chances. I love that at least you're trying to do some, weird bullshit meta comedy, because at least it's different than everything else that we hear every week. You're taking chances. You're experimenting. And at 21, you have time to do things like that and figure out what the fuck you really are.
That's right, but not experimenting with guys. I'm straight. Point it out.
Wow.
Hey, dude.
Look who tried to sneak in a joke there.
Pussy, hell yeah!
Yeah, nothing more believable out of nowhere than, just want to let you know, totally not fucking dudes or anything.
One thing I won't be doing in LA.
There's Jeremiah.
Yeah, I just did some blood work, and biologically, you're gay.
There he goes, Jacob Charmack, everybody. Get your gay ass out of here. That beautiful gay ass of Jacob Charmack.
So out of nowhere, that was amazing.
That's computer programmer comedy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is.
I'm definitely going to keep experimenting, but not with men.
Not that I trash can.
That's not the type of hardwood that I want to walk on.
I'll tell you where I won't be is Rage on the Sunset Strip right there in West Hollywood, across from Polly's, right where they do the Broadway nights, where they sing Broadway. I will not go to either of those places.
Nothing gay here. Not going to let you put it in my Charmax curse. I pulled another name out of the bucket. Put your hands together for Thomas Marks. Let's meet Thomas Marks. Here we go. We're moving along smoothly. I like this episode so far. I didn't like the crowd in the beginning, but you guys are warming up too. Thomas Marks, everyone.
You know how you can tell you're getting older? It's when you go back to your parents' house and your wiener's finally outgrown the jacuzzi jet hole. I'm getting off Instagram because ever since I started following Ricky Martin, I've been having a lot of lights off anal sex with my girlfriend. What do Amelia Earhart and Hillary Clinton have in common? They both set out to do a man's job, then nobody ever saw him again. And Anthony Bourdain, he killed himself a week before peace with North Korea. Makes sense. He didn't want to have to go to parts unknown where he was going to have to eat rat meat for a week.
Wow. Looks like somebody's going to be trying to squeeze his dick back into that jacuzzi vent real soon. Thomas, how's it going, dude? This is your first time on the show, right?
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You have half a blunt behind your ear, correct? Is it my
Correct.
Fuck yeah. Do you smoke marijuana because you're undergoing chemo currently?
No.
Why don't you take a bite of that rat meat, bro? Thomas, how's it going? How long have you been doing stand-up?
I've been doing it 5 years. Today's my birthday, actually.
Hey, well, it was really sad there for a second when you said 5 years, and then you made it all happy again by saying it was your birthday. Hell yeah. Man.
You know that Instagram Ricky Martin anal sex joke? You know what I call that? That was a dirty Charmack right there.
What was the punchline? That you're getting too many likes for anal sex?
No, since I've been following Ricky Martin, I've been closing my eyes and fucking my girlfriend in the ass.
Oh, you're thinking
or
about
turning
Ricky.
the lights off. Right. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
thinking about Ricky Martin.
Is it tighter than the jacuzzi air jet?
But why? Why would you fuck your girlfriend in the ass after following Ricky Martin?
Because it's
on
Ricky
Instagram?
Martin in his mind.
Right.
He's living La Vida Loca,
Yeah.
Tony.
You know what I like about the way you say Martin is that it's like Martin from the TV show, which is a classic and really made me think of funny stuff.
Where you from? I'm from Upland.
Uh-huh.
Where?
He's from Downsland. So.
Inland Empire.
Oh, okay.
Nearby.
But I live in West Side, Santa Monica.
West Side, Santa Monica.
Forest
Yeah.
Sky.
Well, I thought it was ballsy to open with the dick in the jacuzzi air jet thing. But then, like, the Amelia Earhart joke, that's like an internet joke, isn't it? Did you write that?
I did.
Okay, well, fuck me. It sounded like it was something.
Yeah, fuck him. He's not Ricky Martin, but he'll do.
I mean, that was an interesting joke because people have seen Hillary since then. And Amelia...
Political charm act right there.
I like that you were going to do Anthony Bourdain suicide joke, because like, obviously everybody loves him, and then that's like shocking, and then you could have had a more gruesome punchline. What was the punchline on that?
He didn't want to eat rat meat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're going to bring up a suicide of a world-beloved person, you should really try and rip the heart out of it.
Even the rats in North Korea are very upset that you made that
They
joke.
should kill themselves in a more glorious way, too.
What do you mean?
If I was a celebrity, I would do it in like a spectacular
He hung
way.
himself from a chandelier in Paris, France. What the fuck are you talking about? If you're gonna criticize anybody's suicide, maybe not Bourdain, maybe like, you know, David Carradine with a belt in a closet in the Philippines or something like that. But how dare you insult the great Anthony Bourdain on a show called Kill Tony?
If Robin Williams and Anthony Bourdain killed themselves, none of us stand a chance.
Thomas, if I were going to fix any joke, it would probably be the... I was excited. I was on the edge of my seat during the Amelia Earhart Hillary Clinton joke. Like, I felt like there was something there. Like, what do Amelia Earhart and Hillary have in common? Like, you can't find either one of their emails or something like that. You know, something. Anything other than you can't see Hillary anymore. Or maybe both of them got cheated on by their husbands. Really, anything is better than you can't find Hillary anymore. Because she keeps turning up everywhere. Just a sore fucking loser. Oh, no, I'm kidding, guys. Thomas, do you have a side politically? You seem like you're wearing a John Deere hat. For those of you listening to the podcast.
It's a Masters golf hat.
All right.
Looks like a John Deere hat, though.
Yeah. Still leaning towards the Republican side of things. Do you have a political preference?
No, I've never voted.
No?
Hey, you know what? Good, man. That's really good. I'm thinking about your set. I'm thinking that's good. We're good.
Nobody can blame you.
Exactly.
What do you do when you're not doing stand-up?
I'm a preschool soccer coach.
Preschool soccer coach.
West LA.
Are you teaching them set plays at that age?
Bloody knee scrimmages. That's all I run.
Great.
What do preschool soccer kids play for? The World Sippy Cup?
Tony, I think that was wonderful what you just did.
Thank you. Thank you. We got a slight chuckle by this spoiled fucking audience. The World Sippy Cup, what, have you heard it before, fuckos? Asshole crowd. I knew it when I came out. Anyway, Thomas, so that's what you do for work?
Yeah. In the mornings, and then I work at a oyster bar in Santa Monica.
Oh, an oyster bar.
You get laid a lot? I bet you do, huh?
I'm like so fucking poor that I don't have money for any type of ass.
Well, sex is actually not, it doesn't cost money.
Yeah, it does.
Well, unless you're buying, I mean, sex work is, but what you...
You know, it's hard where I'm at. It takes money to get girls where I'm at. And I've raised my standards recently since moving to Santa Monica.
Don't do that!
What do you mean you raised your standards?
I've been doing comedy for 5 years, but I've been chasing pussy really hard the last 5 years. So I've made a vow to myself that starting at the beginning of the summer, I'm done chasing girls. I'm just gonna do comedy.
How many times a week do you usually, on average, go up?
I work at West Side Comedy Theater, so I'm twice a week there.
Let's go back to
3 times a week.
Let's go back to the chasing girls thing. We were getting somewhere there.
Yeah.
When you say you raised your standards, what changed? Because you were basically saying that you weren't getting laid before that, right? And then you decided, oh, this isn't working. I'm going to raise my standards.
My friends always made fun of me in high school for
not getting laid, and
No.
because of the way you look and your sense of humor. What did they make fun of you for?
the girls I was with.
Oh.
Fat girls, cholas, etc. And like
Fat girls and cholas. Wait a second. Hold on a second.
I accepted it in my mid-20s.
What's wrong with cholas?
Answer the question. This is an
I like Sharpie on eyebrows in a juicy jumpsuit. That's my thing. I like it. I denied it at first. I like all types of women, okay? And my friends were giving me shit about it.
Nurse Jeremiah.
He's at a very high risk right now of getting bitch slapped.
That's right, hey, I got the filero on me. Stab this fucker, eh?
I moved into a neighborhood of it's the most beautiful women in the world. I see Maria Sharapova every day, walk by in a skirt.
He's like, that's what I raise my standards to. It's her or the highway.
She's not even the hottest girl I see every day.
That's what's up, player.
Hey. R.I.P. the champs.
Dude,
big fan.
you live in Santa Monica. You work at an oyster bar in Santa Monica. We're not surprised that you see hot chicks.
Right.
Yeah.
Naturally, I've just raised my standards, and I don't have the time. I don't have the time for these women.
You need to lower your standards.
I've been doing it my whole life. I'm just, I'm gonna focus in my 30s. I've dropped enough loads in my 20s.
How old are you now?
Every pussy in here is just moist and gushing. It's crazy. It's crazy.
All right, please. We're waiting.
31.
Chuck my oyster.
In closing, Thomas, if you could, all the ladies that are listening to this,
What's not your email address?
Yeah, if you could sort of win them over in some, I mean, you just basically made everyone hate you. So if you could give us like a little fun fact about you, like what might make a pretty woman out there, or someone with, I don't know if pretty is even a good enough word for your standards, but if you could like give yourself.
A non-Mexican. How about that? There you go.
Give a little pitch out there for
Hey, what's going on right now?
I want Thomas to give all the ladies in the room a reason for redemption. Like, why? Give us a fun fact about you in which they would want to be with you.
Why all these women have wanted, or
Nope, no one has wanted, so that wouldn't be the question that I asked. Let's try again. Give him
I don't know if you were paying attention when he said he dropped a lot of loads in his 20s, Tom.
I believe he did drop a lot of loads into a lot of different paper towels.
This fool must be child support, eh?
So if you could say one thing to win some of these ladies back over in this room, what would it be?
I'll eat your pussy from the back in my grandma's car after the show.
All right, I don't think that works at all. There he goes, Thomas Marks. Wow. It's very rare to find someone who's basically going to get out-fucked by Jacob Charmack. I mean, it's incredible. I feel like Jacob's just going to have like threesomes and just be like pointing out the window laughing at Thomas like, fuck you! Lower your standards, bro!
In his grandma's car. With 3 cholas. Like, fuck you.
Fuck yeah. You guys having fun out there? Yeah! Let's get another one out there.
Weird ass night.
What?
Weird ass night.
What's
It's like
weird?
there's like a gas leak in here. All these comics and their material.
All right, there's a little input from Red Band, who's clearly the pain medicine is sinking in right now. Weird Ass Night was his analysis. It's been a fun comedy show so far, for those of you paying attention, but it's getting weird. This is a one-word name. You know I love one-word names. I believe this is this person's first time here. Put your hands together for Sing. Sing. S-I-N-G-H. Come on. What do these people do? They go to a different room? Blacklist. So many insane people. You guys are all comedians over there. You all signed up, right? Where do these people go? Really? Oh, Jesus. Oh, all right. Okay, this looks interesting. How about, there's no way this person's here. Put your hands together for Reese Pieces. Reese Pieces, everybody.
Don't you guys miss like the 90s, man? Huh? When Bill Cosby was Cliff Huxtable and shit, still making the pudding and all. I mean, when Eddie Murphy was the shit. Hey, when you say be like Michael, I always meant Michael Jackson. People always talk about Michael Jordan. I used to dress like Mike, shit, sing like Mike, and I tried that baby hair right here. I tried to get that like Mike, but I couldn't. You know how many times I done walked into a fight dressed like this? But I love you. Thank you guys. I'm sorry about that.
Reese's Pieces. Yes, Nurse Jeremiah.
Okay, I just checked. His joke type is BAD. It is highly infectious. Watch out.
You know what? I'm excited. I come here all the time. I finally get to be with Kill Tony and Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. It feels great. Feels great.
Tony, when I watched your set, I wish I was Def Jam.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Reese, relax. Reese.
You know, for having no jokes whatsoever, I loved his enthusiasm. You're like the villain. Thank you. You're so likable, and the fact that you invested in the coat, it's like, I mean, you know, it's win-win. If you just added some punchlines and some jokes, you'd fucking be awesome.
Here's the truth. Here's the truth. I actually dance on Hollywood, right?
Uh-huh.
So
we believe that. We believe that.
Impossible. So I come to sign up, and I never get on.
Right.
So this time I picked the name Reese's Pieces, and look at me now. Yeah, that's what happened.
Maybe you could hire some writers.
Yes, it's called Terminal.
Usually I come prepared, but this time I was down.
Wait, you had a whole outfit with a glove. You were so prepared.
I just finished. I came straight from dancing.
Reese.
Yeah.
Relax. So, first of all right. How long have you been dancing on Hollywood Boulevard?
Man, I moved here about
From where?
I lived in Vegas for about 7.5 years.
Uh-huh.
So I used to do the circus shows there, and
What were you doing in the circus?
not the circus, like Circus LA, Donnie and Marie stage. I used to do the Michael Jackson tribute shows there.
So, are you like a really good dancer?
Hell yeah, I'm on the internet. I got www.antoinebaines.com.
You're on the internet?
Reese's Pieces? Yeah. But www.antoinebaines.com.
No. All right, we're not playing that fucking game. If you want to plug anything, you can plug the name you signed up with. So.
Okay, Reese's Pieces.
Go to ReesePieces.com. Son of a bitch. Think you're gonna plug your shit?
Next on So You Think You Get Plugged.
It's because...
Reese, relax. No one even asked you a fucking question. Just relax. Breathe, buddy. All right, so how long have you been dancing on Hollywood Boulevard?
Maybe about 2 weeks now.
About 2 weeks. So you're fresh to LA.
Yeah, I'm from
So how long have you been signing up for Kill Tony?
Shit, 4 months.
4 months, and you've been in LA for 2 weeks.
No. I've been dancing on LA for 2 weeks. I've been here. I moved here.
You making good money out there?
I mean, damn, Tony, I gotta just put my business out there. You know, I might.
The answer is no.
Yeah.
What do you normally dance to?
Huh?
What do you normally dance to?
Shit, Michael Jackson, Chris Breezy.
Why don't you show us a little something? Why don't we see what Reese Pieces actually does? Would you guys like that? This better be good, Reese. I'm telling you right now. Oh shit, he's taking it. For those of you listening to the podcast, he's doing what every other person that dances like Michael Jackson does. No moonwalk, huh? No moonwalk? You don't have the moonwalk down yet?
It's called a crip walk, Tony.
Hey, you don't know where to get any propofol, do you?
That's it.
I love it. Man, you pulled out your wallet and you have every card you've ever gotten inside that thing. Full-blown Costanza wallet.
You ever see the Iron Patriot out there on the Hollywood Boulevard?
Man, him, Captain Planet, Captain America, Morgan Freeman, I see everybody.
Do you ever like get into a problem with the other people out there? Like you're in their space, they're in your space?
Hell not. When there is, I start playing rap music. You know how white people get when you see angry black men? You know, just with the chest out. Ain't no problems, no problems, no problems.
Wait, what?
I got intimidated right just then.
There you go.
That was very scary for me.
There you go. There you
First
go.
I found out you're on the internet, now you have your chest out. I'm intimidated. That was
Yeah, I already called the cops on you. All right.
Conrad Berry just tried to kill him again.
Well, that's fun. Reese, have you ever done stand-up comedy?
Yeah, man. I stopped for a while and I started doing sketch comedy.
Where did you do that at?
Vegas, Detroit. That's where I'm originally from.
Yeah. What up, though?
Did you do it with like a particular like sketch company or a show or?
Currently, right now, I have like a commercial agent, so I've been rocking with them for like maybe 4 months since I've been here.
So you have a commercial agent. But what about the sketch? Because I'm trying to figure out what type of, are we talking about like police sketch or something like that?
But I did. What?
Wow, someone buckles under the questioning, huh?
Tony, do you understand the words that are coming out of his mouth?
Were you vaccinated? Because I think you might be retarded.
Wow, Chroma Chris. Out of nowhere, he's calling a guy retarded. Silent but deadly. Reese, you get a lot of chicks hitting on you out there on Hollywood Boulevard?
I mean, hell no. Shit.
Hell no?
This jacket, this smells like moose nuts. This motherfucker stink. This jacket is on point.
Wait, is it on point or does it stink?
No, like it stink like it'll clear your sinuses. They like if you one sniff, it's bad.
It's on hit.
Yeah. Well,
you.
is that what that is?
Well, I don't mean to try to educate you on slang, but on point, I do believe means it's pretty cool, and on hit is like it's pretty funky.
Okay, cool. Well, then we going on hit. We gonna go on hit.
On hit.
Nurse Jeremiah.
You.
Yeah, we've got a lot of other patients in the waiting room.
I think so. Let's move on. There he goes. Reese Pieces. I agree with the nurse's analysis on this one. Doctor's orders. Back to Hollywood Boulevard he goes. Back to the bucket for us. And I pulled out a name, Nick Sheehan. Nick Sheehan. Here comes Nick. Everything's moving along smoothly. One more time for Nick Sheehan, everybody.
It's so cool that you guys come out here, you know, to just hang out with some of us open mic types, you know, just like remember how it feels. You know, I get it, man. Sometimes I like to have sex without my butt plug, you know, just to, you know, just remember how it feels, see if I can still do it. But, no, I'm actually kind of like a wholesome guy. Like, I'm a, you know, just your basic, boring, small-town Jason Sudeikis looking kind of wholesome guy. Like, I was a Boy Scout and all that stuff, you know, and it was kind of a culture shock when I got here to LA. Like, I've got this girlfriend now, and she's kind of into, like, kinky stuff, you know, and that's just, I never thought that'd be in my wheelhouse, but, you know, like I said, though, I was a Boy Scout, so I'm kind of just a fan of tying knots in general, you know, so we both get a little something out of it. And, she got all turned off, though. She got mad once I started explaining what each of the knots were. Like, all right, baby, we're going to start with a little clove hitch around your left ankle. And as I wrap this around, now, technically, this is not a knot at all. This is what we would call lashing. Now, the difference being, what's that, baby? Oh, you're good? Missionary, eyes closed, sounds good. All right, listen, it wasn't
All right, Nick Sheehan. This is I'm starting to think there might be some type of gas leak or something like that. I'm starting to think this is a weird episode.
That's a very astute observation, Tony. That's a smart observation.
It really is. I can't believe I came up with it all by myself.
Somebody needed to say it, and Tony was the guy. He's at the helm. Very good.
That was a really great start to start off kind of lightly comparing the panel as butt plugs. That was real.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I like that I like thinking about you in the audience, like working on a riff that you were going to kind of throw out there to let loose a little bit for your set, and then it was just like, it just thudded, and then that was a rough one because then you had to do your set. I relate to that. I mean, I don't relate to the part.
Has anyone ever told you you look like a young version of the guy that actually did own the house in the movie Clue?
I've never seen that.
Oh, Tim Curry?
Maybe.
Tim Curry, that's it. Yeah.
Tim Curry. Oh yeah, if people do tell me young Tim Curry,
Yeah.
I get Jason Sudeikis a lot.
You are really into butt stuff though, right? Because I mean, your whole minute was butt stuff.
Yeah, you're the only person that tried to plug only butts here. Everybody else is plugging their podcast. It's like, I love shit shoved up my ass. So that's true, right? You love stuff in your butt?
Personally, no, like I've never tried it. I think honestly,
Oh, come on. Don't tell us shit. Come on.
honestly, I think I'm afraid that I would like it a lot.
Why? Why would that frighten you?
Because I'm like, I don't
Just
wanna-
try with your little finger and
What
move out
guy?
the hand.
Hey, it's the new Boy Scouts now. It's a new frontier.
There's nothing wrong with having something in your butt, man. Get into it.
There's Jeremiah. What do you...
That young guy from earlier, from Maryland, come on up here.
Reese's Pieces, good.
There's Jeremiah.
I'm just curious how long you've been dressing like the lost and found from Jay Leno's garage.
There you go. Okay. So how long have you been dressing like that?
Been dressing like this?
All right, forget it, Nick.
Yes, back to the butt stuff.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
For like not very long, like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's
Yeah.
fun.
How far did you get as a Boy Scout?
I'm an Eagle Scout.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Whoa, holy shit. So you could fit the biggest butt plug in your ass.
Before all the weird stuff.
So you got to wear the brown shirts.
You must have been really into that, right? You love brown.
Yeah, you love that sweet, sweet duty hole.
Yeah, it's like just tacky. It's the same.
Were you guys Boy Scouts growing up, or?
I was kicked out of the Boy Scouts.
Hell no. I grew up on welfare. We couldn't afford fucking scouting.
Anyway, Nick, so
Were you?
You've been doing...
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
I got
Joe.
up to an Eagle Scout. And I
You're an Eagle Scout?
Yeah, I quit the
Oh, yeah?
the first week. I didn't want to
Well,
bother
it's
the
Eagle
beginning.
Scout for life, man.
Thank you for your service.
Holy, I have no idea what just happened to this show. We just decided to interview the guests about their Eagle Scoutdom, I guess. So let's keep it on Nick, shall we? You've been doing it 2 weeks. What made you want to do this?
I don't know, like I've always loved stand-up. I used to listen to like Laugh USA on the radio with my dad like all the time as a kid. Listened to a lot of people. Like
Even heard of that
Laugh
before.
USA, it was like when XM first started. It was just like, what's the other ones? Like
Raw Dog.
Raw Dog and Blue Collar and stuff. So I used to listen to like Brian Regan.
Satellite
and people
radio.
like that.
Well, your comedy tonight was very serious, so that makes sense. But that's where you started at. So 2 weeks in the game. How's it been going so far?
It's been going okay. I've been...
Are you thinking of moving to Berlin?
It's been going good.
Yeah.
I've been doing like some open mics and I've done a show at Flappers.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. You're from LA?
No, I'm from Michigan.
Michigan. How long have you been here?
Show us on the hand where you're from.
What?
Right here. So cute. People from
Detroit
Michigan.
area.
I'll show you on the hand.
What part of Michigan?
Detroit area?
Oh, we're there on September 22nd. That's not far from Grand Rapids on the 21st of September and Lansing on the 20th of September. All three of those are Kill Tonys and stand-up shows. It's crazy.
Hey, if you want more information on any of those shows, go to Reese'sPieces.com.
How long have you been in LA?
A little bit more than 6 months.
I love that. How do you have money? What are you doing for
I
work?
do freelance production design.
Wow, what are you designing productions for?
It's like mostly indie movies, just like smaller stuff, a lot of shorts. Yeah.
Okay. What do you do for fun?
I don't know. I'm like an outdoorsy guy, so I like to go fishing and stuff.
You ever been to Fish Lake in Illinois?
There's a sad little boy with a cut-off dick. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, I go to a lot of stand-up shows and
Yeah.
just like camping and fishing and stuff.
Oh yeah, you've been camping and fishing since being here in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Yeah, where do you go?
I actually went to, where is it? I went to like Silverwood Lake, over in the San Bernardino Mountains.
Oh, Silver Lake. Yeah.
Really super hip fish. Yeah, really cool.
I actually went up, I went up and the GPS took me down like this wrong road and I ended up on this like ATV track and I have like I drive like a old Mustang.
Ooh.
And so I got stuck on this ATV track for 8 hours before anyone could come get me.
Wow, who came and got you?
This guy named Dave that had a Hummer.
That's when I found out I like butt stuff.
It a tow service, but the dude just came in a Hummer, and it cost $900.
Wow.
For him to come get me off this mountain.
Well, you worked it out in trade.
Yeah, he didn't have a Hummer until you sucked his dick. Wow. Nick, what scares you? What are you afraid of in life? You're 23 years old, you're from Michigan, you're 6 months into LA, 2 weeks into stand-up comedy. You seem like a good guy, you know what I mean? I'm like, wow, what made you want to get into stand-up? You're like, well,
Satellite radio, you know, I just, Comedy USA, you know what I mean? I just wanted to, I heard what they were doing there, and I'm like, oh, golly gee, I want to give it a try. I figured I got every other badge that an Eagle Scout can get. Why not use my comedy?
I don't know, man. I'm not that, I don't know. I'm scared of the normal stuff.
So why didn't you do like clean material? If you fell in love with comedy listening to the Clean XM channel and Brian Regan and stuff.
I don't know. I've done a lot.
Or at least you should have acted out the butt joke.
Right, exactly. I don't know. I'm just starting out and trying a lot of new stuff. I don't know. This one didn't go over as well, I guess.
now, repeat one more time what that opening joke was about the butt plug. One more time for us, just so that I can...
Oh, it was like, it's cool that you guys come and see the...
No, you don't have to do the whole part, the end part.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the end part. It's like sometimes I like to have sex without the butt plug just to see if I can still do it.
But you've never had anything in your butt.
Yeah, yeah.
So what makes you?
So the inauthenticity of the
right
of the premise to begin with.
You've had normal sex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've had one steady girlfriend, or like you've had sex a few times?
Enough times, yeah.
Enough times. Wow. I don't know. For you with a woman, it seems like once. It seems like you tried it and you're like,
I did it enough times to get the badge and I was out. That was it.
What do you mean enough?
I'm in a steady relationship now. It's been a long time.
How long have you been in a relationship?
Well, I've only been in a relationship for like a month now.
You just said it's been a long time.
No, it's been a long time since I've been
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
You're in. I almost caught you.
I used to be a little more wild.
Yeah, it's a her?
Yeah.
Where'd you meet her at?
Oh, wait, I knew her from high school.
You knew her from high school, and she moved out here?
Yeah.
From Michigan. And how did that come about? You guys just hung out one night? Did you have drinks or something like that?
Well,
No, she was sitting shotgun in Dave's Hummer.
We had hung out a little bit in high school, and then she moved out here and we reconnected,
Reconnected.
Are you super religious?
No.
You seem like a really good guy.
I'm Jewish.
Oh, what's up, man? Hell
Hey,
I love your set. I think you're talented. You'll go a long way.
You just got promoted, by the way, from production designer to executive producer. Congratulations to Nick Sheehan. All right, Nick. Well, I mean, you're just a couple weeks in. Nothing greener and cooler than that, dude. I hope you keep coming back. Give us an update for how everything's going.
All right, thank you guys.
There you go, Nick Sheehan. His first time on the show. Yeah. Well, we've seen a lot of newer people here tonight. We've seen a guy that did good and is about to quit. So let's go with our most consistent gun in the world. We have a regular that writes and performs a brand new minute every single week. He's a goddamn sensation, blowing up on every single fucking level. We love him here. Make some noise for the great and powerful Malcolm Hatchet, everybody.
What's up, y'all? White people really laugh. Look at you. I went to jail one time for 14 hours. Then they let me go. But I didn't leave yet. Because I can't go back to the hood with 14 hours on my belt. So I stuck around in the lobby for 10 hours. Because that's a day. Then I called my homeboy and said, hey, man, I'm free. He said, all right, I'm on the way. And then he come in and was like, yeah, man, I'm proud of you, man. A whole day in jail, you my nigga for life. Give me some. And the cop was like, what you proud about? That is a criminal. He said, my boy did a day in jail. He said, this nigga been free for 10 hours. Said he's waiting for somebody to come home for work. My friend said, yeah, nigga, you call your Uber, you lying motherfucker. It'd be funny when I get arguments with white girls, because they put a nigga in timeout. You got an argument with this white girl, that's, I can't stand you, I'm sick of your shit. She said, well, I won't say another word till you fix your attitude. You get an argument with a black girl, they break your spirit. I'm sick of your shit, sick of my shit, nigga. You homeless, you use EBT, you ain't got no house, you sleep in the car. What the fuck a house got to do with this?
Malcolm motherfucking Hatchet. That's a fun one. I love it. You're so likable, you know. You do this thing where, you know, that we haven't seen all night, where you come out and it almost seems like you want the people to like you and laugh at you while you're up here. It's almost foreign to us, the show we've been watching all night. It's amazing that you figured out this rhythm of wanting to do good on the show. This entire stack of names could really take a note of that right from the get. I mean, it is no coincidence that, you know, you apply that common sense to your first 5 or 10 seconds, and we're there to listen and have fun through the rest of it. Believe you. Is that true? Were you ever really arrested?
Yeah, I went to jail for 14 hours.
Really? What'd you do?
Man, I caught a gun charge, but I took a
This is the part where we find out Malcolm used to be just a terrible murderer back in North Carolina. Oh, there had to be a catch.
Nah, for real, man. It was back in Greensboro like 2 years ago. I just got the gun too, but I didn't use it. We was at a party, and my friend was shooting in the air and shit, and we drove off, and we was on the highway, and I was on Snapchat still doing the stupid shit, so I missed the exit to go home. And it was like, you know, we play Grand Theft Auto, it'd be like 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was. It was hella cops and shit. Yeah, and my friend got pulled back, but he got away because he hit me up after I got out. He had a pull-out radio when he put his gun in. I had a brand new gun in the case, just being stupid, and they found it. I couldn't say nothing, so I did 14 hours.
Wow.
But I never shot the gun. They didn't do the dot because you're supposed to just track it and shit, so I just took the blame. I did community service, and I'm free, and I moved here.
He's free. He's here.
They took the gun from you. You never had to use it. Yep. And wow, well that's fun. Is that true that white women put you in timeout?
Oh, I see this shit all the time. Well, at least they do it to the white boys, and I see it on the strip, so I just like put it like I see, well, you stay over there.
I love that. How's everything else in life going? You're a goddamn sensation.
It's cool. Oh, I'm going home this weekend to open up a Theo Vaughn in Raleigh.
Oh, very cool. Going back to North Carolina, doing some shows. I know we got harassed all weekend by fans out in Skankfest that were hoping and praying that you were there. It's weird. I was telling, you know, Red Band before the show, it used to be like people were excited about the show. They'd go, hey, I listen to every episode of the show. Can't wait to see it. And now it's like, hey, I listen to every episode of the show. There's no chance you guys brought Malcolm, is there? It's like always like depressing to be like,
Next year, hopefully. Let's not have to go to jail.
for sure. Definitely.
And then next week, I'm going to be in Vegas for the 23rd and 29th to open up Eric Griffin.
At the Laugh Factory in Las Vegas. There you go. Vegas people that didn't catch him when we were there on...
You guys gasped audibly at the name Eric Griffin. It was like, Vegas with Griffin.
Yeah, man. Kill Tony, man. Thank you, dog.
Hell yeah. It's all happening, Malcolm. And many more. We're going to try to get you on some of these dates on the road that we're going on. Everything else is good?
Yeah, everything good. You know, Jolly Rancher in my pocket, Cerejo on the back.
That's right. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Malcolm, we also have a woman with the lay down shirt right here. She's not right here, right?
Oh,
look at that.
Official lay down shirt right there. Fuck yeah.
Lay down real quick. No,
Guys, anything for Malcolm?
Malcolm, you got any plans for Vegas? Have you been before?
Yeah, I want to kill Tony.
Oh, you did?
Nice, yeah. Just shit. Hang out, write material. I don't gamble or no shit. Eat birthday cake, you know.
Oh yeah, classic Las Vegas treat, birthday cake.
Fuck with people.
Oh, you do your Snapchat then?
Hell
Yeah.
All right, Malcolm. Well, you came out, you crushed, you did it again. There he is, Malcolm Hatchet, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go to the bucket again, shall we? Put your hands together for Antonio Baines. Antoine Baines. It's Antoine Baines. Antoine? No. Okay. This is a very weird episode of the show. We might have to start. We might have to start having like an employee watch sign-ups or something like that. 'Cause This is just bizarre. Put your hands together for Keon Poley. Keon Poley, everybody. Here he comes.
I grew up with my father because he didn't want me to be a stereotype, which I thought was whack and selfish. Because I didn't get to do stuff my friends got to do that had dads. Like, I never qualified for free lunch. You know what I mean? Because we had a 2-parent income, I didn't like that shit. I never got to sleep in on the weekends because he was always waking us up at 6:30. I got to be in the house when the lights came on. My friends got to stay out and sell drugs. I never had drug money. I was really jealous of that. You know, and then on the weekends, he'd come wake us up. He'd be like, you need to get the hell up. I'm like, why? He's like, if I got to get up, everybody get up. I'm like, for what? He's like, why should I have to go to work and provide for this family? You get to lounge around all day. I was like, because I am 9, my nigga. This is my job. This is what I do. He's like, why don't you start contributing around here? I said, shit, I'm trying to sell dope with my friends, but you won't let me. So here we are, bro. Like, get off my back, man. I'm glad he stayed, though, you know. Now, I guess, because I had a nerd brother, and raising a nerd is really hard because they're unpunishable, you know, because they don't care about shit. Like, he told him no TV for a week. He was like, I don't care, I'll just read another book. And he just rolled out. And like, what you gonna do, tell a black kid he can't read? We fought for that. He has to let him read, you know, so it's really hard to do shit like that. That's not something.
Fuck yeah. Keon Poley. There you go. Fun set, man. How's it going?
Good, man.
How long you been on stand-up?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
Where you from?
The Bay Area.
The
Where
Bay
you from?
The Bay Area.
Where?
Oh, Antioch.
From Antioch.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, you been up
I'm
there?
from Oakland.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
All right.
Yeah.
I barely gave it to you for Antioch, but I will.
We shared the same area though for a minute.
I don't know what Antioch
Then they changed it.
I don't know what Antioch is, but I feel like you look like you're from Antioch, and he looks like he's from Oakland.
Fair enough.
Very funny stuff, Keon. You live here?
Yeah.
How long have you lived in LA?
3 years.
3 years.
And were you doing stand-up in the Bay before that?
Yeah.
Okay, for 5 years?
Yeah.
And you never knew that I was from up there and was from the Bay Area?
No, I didn't know.
I'm disgusted by it.
Keon, you do this full time?
Yeah.
You don't do any other jobs?
Other than acting, no.
Very cool. You act a lot?
No. I did one Google commercial.
Yeah.
That's it, so.
Nothing since you were Carlton, right?
No. Well, that's just one of those we all look alike.
No. I think you sort of look like Carlton. No, a little bit. You have the same mustache goatee combo. I promise. I'm from an all-black neighborhood. I don't think you all look alike. I think some of you look alike. So, Keon, what do you like about LA that's different from the Bay?
I mean, my family from here. My mom and dad from LA, so I've always liked LA.
Oh, hell yeah. What do you like to do for fun? What are some things that you do when you're not doing stand-up or commercials?
Hang out with my kids, man.
Oh, how many kids do you have?
I got 2, because my pull-out game trash, bro. Yeah.
Your pull-out game's trash.
Bro.
Really?
Back to back, yeah.
Hopefully they'll be able to hear this podcast. Oh, Father, thank you.
Yeah, I like them now, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
When you say your pull-out game's trash, does that mean that you just don't pull out, or that you pull out late, or that you sort of pull out way too late?
You know what? I don't even know if it was me, because she's Puerto Rican, so it might be her.
Her pull-out game was trash?
No, she's just Puerto Rican. She's going to get pregnant regardless.
Wow, who thinks all people of the same race are the same now, huh? You'll switcheroo there.
So where did you do stand-up up in the Bay?
You know, Cobb's, Punchline, all the regular spots. Tommy T's.
How old are your kids?
11 months and 2 years old.
11 months and 2 years old. And you see them a lot? You hang out with them? They're here?
Yeah, I'm with them all day.
Yeah.
I liked your stand-up. I like you painted a really good picture of your relationship with your dad. He's a hard-working guy. Motivating you, being in your life. Your brother, the nerd. I mean, it's like you painted a sitcom ready to happen. Almost.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And now that the Carmichael show's off the air, it very well could be a sitcom. You should really think about making it.
Mess with me, yeah. Why not?
Keon, what are you afraid of? What scares you?
Loud colors at all? Is that scary to you?
I do this.
Water?
You used to be failure, but not no more.
Why? What happened? Why did you stop caring about failure?
Because just what you're going to get is what you're going to get. It's going to happen. It's just about a matter of when, you know? So.
What you gonna get is what you gonna get.
Yeah, that's all I worry about.
Yeah, I believe I once heard that quote on the BET version of Forrest Gump. What you gonna get is what you gonna get. Hey, thank you, Jeremiah.
My mother has a lower back tattoo.
Well, Keon, I'll tell you what. I mean, you're funny. You got it all going for you. Anything else for Keon, guys?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, you got it all going for you, man.
I wish Hollywood would take notice.
Well, you keep grinding and doing shows that you're, fully qualified to kill in like this, and people will notice. I promise you that. This is the way to do it. You keep signing up, you keep grinding, you keep doing it. There's Jeremiah. Do you have something else?
Very passable on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say what Tony said, and the only thing that's missing in order to get noticed is to understand the history of where you're from and the people, the legends that came before you. So, other than that, I think you're good.
There he goes, Keon Coley, everybody. What do you guys think? One more time to the bucket? One last one? Let's go one more time, shall we? All right, here we go. I pulled a name out, and the name that I pulled out is Brandon Bryan. Brandon Bryan. Here he comes. Brandon Bryan. Very awkward jog to the stage, which should be interesting. One more time, your last comedian of the night, Brandon Bryan, everybody. Come on.
Everybody trying to hinge the fuck yeah. Alright. Alright, you guys ever get head so good that after you come, you end up with CTE? Ooh, just like a football player. Ooh, shit. Alright, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not getting head like that. I'm 21 years old, been single my whole life, and I feel like it's because when you look up the definition of a friend zone in the dictionary, right here. I'm the definition of a 5. Every reaction a girl has when they look at me is, He's not ugly. He's not cute. Just, nah. I got some balls on that one. I have a couple questions about homeschool kids. How does a school shooting work?
Wow. All right. Let's start off with saying that, Brandon, I like you. I like you a lot. Nobody laughed harder at your jokes than you. That's sort of like...
It was a great technique to laugh, and then the audience knows it's going to be funny because he thinks it's funny. So if he's already laughing, you know it's...
It's adorable. I think you're one of the funniest lesbian comedians we've ever had on this show, by far. You look like you eat tons of puss, dude.
He looks like his name is Reese's Pieces.
You are what you eat.
I had a hard time with your set. It was so self-deprecating, and when you were saying you're not ugly, you're not cute, I was just like, this is so fucked up and bullshit. Like, dude, you are ugly, and you have to live in it. Yeah. He likes it.
I think you should have opened with your closer, though. What was the closing joke? That was the best joke.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
It was memorable.
Yeah,
for sure.
you're right.
What was the joke?
You ever get head so good that after you
No.
What did you close with?
School shooting.
That's it. Boom. You should have.
Awesome, because you look so much like a school shooter, too. Yeah. It would have, yeah, you're right. You should have opened with that.
Yeah, you could put it on yourself. You could say that you look like a school shooter that was homeschooled or something like that. And then you go, I killed my parents, everybody. But then whatever you do, don't laugh at yourself afterwards. So then no one will believe you. And there's Jeremiah.
He looks like a stand-in for an off-wit. Well, never mind.
Brandon, I don't think you're that ugly of a guy. Did you dye your hair that color?
I did.
So why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself?
For punk, man. For punk.
You're sort of, for those of you listening to the podcast, he has the look that all the people that I call lesbian sort of have. The chubby, likable facial features. But you're sort of punky. You have the torn up jeans, and then where you got a little bit chubbier, you wear the larger size t-shirt. You just sort of let it flap around.
He looks like he's actually said out loud, "Wake me up when September ends."
And why the Michael Richards show? Why?
Oh,
Yeah, he's, by the way, for those of you that didn't catch that, Tom Rhodes asked why the Michael Richards shirt, and Brandon said, thank you.
I thought you said I like it. I got it for free.
Oh, okay. It's not like you've got some racial slurs that are trying to come out or anything.
No, but I'm a big fan of Seinfeld.
Brandon, you're 21. Is this your first time doing stand-up?
Fifth.
Fifth time ever. Give him a hand, everybody. Come on. You're 21 years old. You from LA?
Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach. All right. That explains your disconnect from the audience. Brandon, I don't think you're that ugly of a guy. I mean, what do you think is wrong with, what do you think happened to your confidence? You get turned down by girls or something like that?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
You ever talk to girls?
Not really.
Let's talk about it. I think we could give Brandon a little psychological makeover here on Kill Tony.
When I do talk to girls, it's like when you try to make a move, they're like, oh, he's trying to be like that. Like, oh, like, no.
Can you give us an example of like how you made a move last time you made a move on a girl? Like, what was that like? You guys were talking about something, and you're like, well, maybe if I talk about like this, like maybe. How did that go down? Come on, just tell the truth, Brandon. Nobody cares if you raped a girl. Tell us. ZipRecruiter.com/KillTony. That's ZipRecruiter.com/KillTony. Easiest way to hire. Go ahead.
I mean, I think it's the last time I was talking to a girl. We went out, we had drinks, whatever.
Where at? Where'd you have drinks at?
We went to this place called BJ's.
How long ago was this? 2 months ago. So you were already 21 years old. You're at BJ's. Everything is going good. What are you guys talking about? What were some of the conversations?
We used to be coworkers, so.
Yeah, where'd you guys work at?
It's a small restaurant.
Small restaurant. Okay, so there you are. You're in BJ's. You're talking. It's like, man, I remember the small restaurant we used to work at. Everything's going good, and then all of a sudden you say,
I didn't say anything. Like,
Yo, the name of this restaurant really makes me think.
I thought it went well, and I waited like 2 days and texted her to hang out again, and then she just hit me with like the most bullshit excuse, so I was like...
what was it?
She was on a Tuesday, she was like, oh, I don't know, I think I have a group project to do this weekend.
Bullshit, man. On a Tuesday?
She said she had a group project to do for her class on a Saturday, but she already knew on a Tuesday. That's bullshit.
Why didn't you offer to help her?
Tom Rhodes with the fucking perhaps the question of the night right there.
I'm not going to do someone's schoolwork.
I got a suggestion for you. Are you on any dating like apps or anything?
No.
That's the solution. You don't have confidence enough to flirt with a girl because you don't think you're like fuckable, and I'd fuck you, man. And you go on Tinder, and everybody that swipes whatever on you, well, you'll know already there's an established, they're down to at least talk to you as a romantic creature. Now you can text and have awkward interactions where your personality will make you unfuckable. You know what I'm saying? Right? I mean, that's the solution for this young person.
Brandon, you went to BJ's with that girl, but then you didn't try to... Your next move was texting her to hang out with her again. Have you ever hit on a girl face to face?
Like just a random girl I don't know?
Or maybe you knew her or you didn't know her. Have you ever like told a girl face to face like, hey, you ever want to hang out or anything like that? Or I think you're really pretty or anything?
Not since like high school.
Not since like.
How's your pull-out game?
No. How's your pull-in game?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm working on the pull-in part.
Interesting. Brandon, you took the time to dye your hair blonde, and then you style it like you took a long nap today.
I don't do it. I just wake up. I don't do anything.
You just wake up, you don't do anything to it. Very interesting way to go about it. Is that true? Really? You got a little, all right. Brandon.
This guy's got a dick on here?
Brandon, over here. Brandon, stick with me. Yeah, there might be a dick on there, Brandon. Just relax.
The 21-year-old comes alive.
I'm a nurse that draws dicks. Is there a problem with that?
No.
All right, Brandon. So you've done stand-up comedy 5 times. What else? What's it like being a 21-year-old from Huntington Beach? Do you think you have you have any advice for us?
Advice for you?
Yeah.
Do you have wealthy parents? Yeah, you're from Huntington Beach. Without hesitation, said it all.
Your dad's a dentist?
No.
What's your dad do?
He sells like shrubs and trees commercially.
He sells shrubs.
One of his clients is like Irvine Company. Like he'll sell the plants to them.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Maybe you're too rich to relate to the people.
Brandon, what do you do for fun? What are some hobbies? You skateboard?
I used to.
What happened? You retired? 21 years old. What do you mean you used to?
Well, like in middle school, I used to.
What do you do now?
I go to a lot of rap shows.
Rap shows? Oh, okay. Now we're talking. I'm starting to figure it out. You ever do any rap yourself? No?
Who's your favorite rapper?
Of all time, Young Thug.
Of all
Of all time, Young Thug?
Of all time? A guy that hit 4 years ago. That's what I would say. You talking golden age of hip hop? Yeah. Then I'm gonna have to go with Lil Yachty. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Your rap name could be Peanut Eminem.
Peanut M&M from Chroma Prince.
They would Reese's Pieces could tour together.
You look like you ate all the miles. Does that work? No? Okay. Brandon, have you ever rapped yourself? You ever do any freestyle rapping? No. You've seen Young Thug? Who else have you seen? Doesn't matter. Let me ask you this. Craziest thing you've ever seen at a rap concert?
I went to a show at the Roxy.
Black people.
Go ahead, Brandon.
I went to a show at the Roxy, see one of my other favorite artists, Denzel Curry.
Denzel Curry.
And I got a concussion because someone stage dove and they kicked me in the head. And I didn't know I had a concussion. I didn't know I had a concussion until about halfway driving home.
What is it with guys shaped like you getting hurt for people stage diving in concerts?
I didn't know I had a concussion.
Uncomfortable. Look cozy to land on.
So I didn't know I had a concussion until I was about halfway home, and my friend was sleeping, and we live in Orange County, so about a 45-minute drive. So I sped home, and I realized I had a concussion. I started throwing up everywhere.
Oh, God.
And then I didn't realize that you're not supposed to sleep when you have a concussion, so I went up to bed immediately. And then I woke up, and the next day I was pretty foggy.
Yeah, no, you're still pretty foggy. The symptoms have not gone away.
What's your favorite Young Thug lyric? What's one of the most insightful lyrics that Young Thug brings to the table?
When the cops come, I got that crack in my crack. Wait, I got that brack in my brack.
Yeah, wow.
Shit. So, man.
He sounds like an older thug with that kind of wisdom, you know?
You're scaring me a little bit. It's just staring at me like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I could how I possibly could put a ribbon on this interview. That's what that stare is. You're 21 years old, so I guess what I would want to know is like, I mean, is there anything that you think that we should know about 21-year-olds nowadays? Like, is there anything with you guys coming up? Like,
yeah, where do you guys have your crack? Is it in your bracket?
yeah, that is another thing I was thinking when you said that lyric. Is like, how do you relate to these things? Do you have anything in common?
So, like,
You ever do drugs?
smoke a little weed.
Smoke a little weed. You ever carry a gun?
No.
So you really just like rap for the music, the lyrics, the beat, the everything.
The message. Cracking my crack, bracking my brack.
The way it sounded.
No, he's good.
Interesting.
Obviously.
You ever have sex with a girl?
No.
No. What's the farthest you've gotten with a girl?
Blowjob.
Blowjob.
It's pretty cool you had the confidence to just say no with such bravado. I think that was cool. You know what? You're 21. You're gonna have sex. Don't worry about it.
Who wants to watch Brandon have sex with a girl here tonight on his stage?
Is Jim Murphy here?
All right. You got a blowjob. How did that go down? When was that? High school? After high school?
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck. All right, Brandon. Well.
Do you have a job?
I do.
What do you do?
Server. It's like a fast casual.
So you got some money?
Yeah.
You ever heard of sex workers? I'm not kidding. I think you should lose your virginity. I think you'd gain a big boost of confidence. Find yourself a supportive sex worker that can take you to that next level, and you'll find yourself fucking people all by yourself very soon. Get on Tinder after you find a sex worker that can turn you from a rat boy to a rat man, from a young thug to an old thug.
You still live with your parents?
I do.
And so, are you saving money? Is that something you want to do? Is get out of there?
Yeah, I'm in school right now, so it's kind of.
What are you studying in school?
My major is communications.
Majoring in communication.
Just like Young Thug.
Wow. For a guy that's never come. You're into communications. That's about as far as it gets with you. So, I don't really understand. I feel like there's something missing. If you had to tell me something that you think is the most interesting fact about you, what would it be? Like something that you've done, maybe a special skill or talent that you have, something like that? Really nothing, huh? You live with your parents. You just roll right out of bed. You just go about your day. You serve tables sometimes. You go to rap concerts. You don't really care whether you get laid or not. You don't give a fuck. And that's pretty much your whole life. What are some other goals that you want to accomplish?
Well, my biggest fear, you asked someone else that question, would
Sure.
be stuck in what's like the abyss of like working like a 9 to 5, just being like miserable all day. That's like my biggest fear.
Yeah.
It's like being miserable, not doing something that I like.
Typical Huntington Beach bullshit to me.
You ever think about going into the shrubbery business after you're dead?
No, I'm
Why not?
the worst salesman of all time.
He fucking set up a life for you in Huntington Beach. What's wrong with that?
You seem like you probably have a giant bush. I'm running out of everything with this guy. Normally I never spend 15 minutes on one person, but I'm trying to get the fuck out of here, and I don't know how to do it with you, Brandon. Anybody have any ideas? Anybody just want to light fire on
What's your
stage?
favorite category of porn?
That's not gonna.
Oh yeah, good. What are your porn search words? You don't fuck with porn?
Not that often.
Young.
You're not horny?
What the? So what do you you don't masturbate?
Pretty average and almost.
You don't masturbate?
No, I do.
How often?
So if you don't use porn, then what do you use?
No, I do. I'm just.
ZipRecruiter.
We gotta get out of here. Brandon Ryan, get us out of here.
Oh my God. Great episode. Very interesting highs and lows on this one. Thank you to Ryan J. Ebelt for this amazing drawing. The drawing's on point. Ryan J. Ebelt never phones it in. All those prints are available at RyanJEbelt.com, including the posters. You can get, how about you make some noise for the great Tom Rhodes, everybody? You can catch him at Zany's, September 14th through the 16th, West Nyack, New York, August 20th through September 2nd. And that's right, the Atlanta Punchline. That's September 22nd to September 27th through the 30th. And one more time for the great Moshe Kasher, everybody. Get tickets to Tom Rhodes at TomRhodes.net. Moshe Kasher is MosheKasher.com. He's in Salt Lake City, July 17th and 18th. He's at Comic-Con this weekend. So if you're listening from San Diego, race immediately to Comic-Con and go see him. August 9th through the 11th, he's at the Punchline in Sacramento. He's also going to be in Montreal
with you,
with this entire crazy crew the week after this one. And go check out the Honeymoon special with him and his amazing, lovely wife Natasha Leggero on Netflix, streaming now. That's all available at MosheKasher.com, TomRhodes.net for him. And catch us, Montreal, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Fort Wayne, Lexington, Nashville, Lansing, Grand Rapids, Detroit, and Toronto all have Kill Tonys coming up with them. Live audience, thank you so much. We love you guys.